explain and then we're going to get started. We're going to do a little beginner's workout this morning. So if you've not exercised before or you're just coming back into exercise, you don't want to jump straight in at where you were or try to keep up with everybody else. So it's a beginner's workout this morning. Some basic moves. I'll explain the moves as we go along. Okay, so we're going to start with a leg curl and an arm curl. Okay, let's go. So curling those legs up towards the hips, arms up towards the shoulders. So we're going to work through 10 exercises, 1 minute on each, and I will explain them as we go along so that you know exactly what you need to do the exercise correctly. So keep curling up, keep bringing those legs up. Curling up. And all of these will be a beginner's level. So we're going to go to jumping jacks next. Now you don't need to jump with a jumping jack. That's a jumping jack, but you don't need to jump. If you're a beginner, step to the side. That's it, so just stepping out. These are good exercises to start a routine because they're going to warm the body up. They're going to mobilise the joints as well. That's it. So tapping out, taking the arms up overhead. When you're a beginner, you work at your own pace. So if you want to slow it down, you slow it down. Just keep moving. Okay, next the squat. Now when we squat, we want to take the hips down. We want to take them back and down. There'll be some movement in the knees, but we don't want to focus on the knees, it's focusing on the hips. And if that's too much for you, just grab a chair, literally sit down and stand up. And you'll still be using those same muscles that we use when we squat. Again, working at your own level, trying to get the hips down to get the maximum out of the exercise. That's it. And then we're going to go to the upper body. So we're going to work the biceps. Biceps are in the top of the arms. So grab a couple of bottles of water or a couple of cans, or if you've got weights, use your weights. We're going to keep those elbows tucked in as we curl the weights up. So we want to keep the shoulders back and the chest open, curling the weight up and down. And that's going to work your bicep muscle in the top of your arm, also assisted by your tricep. So let's curl up and down. Don't choose anything that's too heavy. If you find on the down phase you're doing that, your weights are too heavy. Keep the shoulders back, open the chest, especially on that downward phase. Okay, lunges. Okay, when we lunge, we want to take a big step forward, then we want to lower the back knee. So head, shoulders, hips, all in a nice straight line, and then we push back. Other side. And again, you could hold on to the back of a chair if you wanted to, but go at your own pace. Don't try to rush these. It's better to get more of a range of movement than to rush. So lower down. And again, you could do this exercise with weights, but if you're a beginner, I would just start body weight. Okay, then the next one is the burpee. Now, burpees are not really for beginners, a full burpee. So we're going to show you how to do it with a chair. So what you're going to do, hands on the chair, take your feet out, bring the feet in and stand up. If that's too much, double leg, single. But if you can, take them out, take them in and stand up. And then gradually lower whatever you're using. So if you can, choose something a little bit lower to do them on as you progress. And then eventually we come to the floor on a basic burpee. And these really get the blood flowing, they get the heart beating. And again, work at your own pace. Tricep dips. So I mentioned the triceps earlier. I'll turn that way. So you can use a chair, you can use a step. You're going to put your hands on the edge. We're working this thin strip of muscle in the back of the arms. So knees bent, keeping that back straight. So again, shoulders above the hips, bend the elbows back and up. And this will really turn those arms up. Give you good upper body strength, just lifting that body weight up. So all of this is beginner's level. If you need to rest, just sit back. Okay, down onto our mats, press ups. So beginners press ups in a box position. We want to be working the chest, hands and knees hip width apart. And we're going to take the elbows down, chest to floor. So trying to keep these shoulders above the wrists. That's it. So we want to be working that chest. And then once you find that quite easy to do, then you can take the body in a nice straight line, shoulders all the way down to the knees, chest to the floor. And then when you progress from there, you go up onto your feet. Ab curls. We don't need to be doing sit-ups to work our abs. So knees bent, hands behind the head. I always let my head hang in my hands, so it's a dead weight. You won't hurt your neck. Tilt the pelvis in as you lift the shoulder blades and back. So just a small movement. To work those abdominal muscles. So just a small movement that can have a really big impact on those abs. Last thing we're going to do is a plank. Now plank is really good for your abdominals and your core that sits right underneath those abdominals, your transverse abs. So the position for a plank, whatever level you are, always starts on the toes and drop to your knees for a beginner. So you're holding that same position from your shoulders, through your hips, down to your knees. We're bracing the abs, so we're pulling the abs in towards our spine, and then when you feel that you can do that for 30 seconds, then start lifting the knees up and doing a full plank. Relax your hands. So many people do this with their hands. Direct all your energy into your belly button. Okay,